kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life feels lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds, and when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome to MLB night here from the Rock in the Boughton Enterprises NextGen series. These guys had a little fun last week as they were trying to tame the lady in black. Jordan Fisher qualified on the pole, led most of the laps, and wound up bringing home the victory by over 5 seconds. Only 2 cars on the lead lap. Tristan Bailey was the other one as they wrapped up Darlington. Everybody looking to kind of bounce back here once they get going at the Rock. Qualifying's about wrapped up, but this is the 213Simwear 213 at Rockingham. Wow, that is a mouthful. I'm Mike Damoni. Up in the booth, joined with me this week is Alan Bergen. Man, Alan, how's it going?
Man, it's been a long time since I got to chat with you about racing, and what a perfect night for me to step into the booth, get back with ECR here on MLB night. We're talking off air. A lot of paint, some paint schemes painted up like their favorite MLB team. Unfortunately for me and you, being Cardinals fans, not a whole lot of Cardinals paint schemes, even though the Cardinals did pick up a walk-off tonight, and your buddy Nathan Church had a hit, the other day. I'm sure he got one today.
Yeah, I don't know. He definitely was out there doing what he does. He had a couple hits, had a robbery of a home run that wound up as the Sports Center top play of the night a couple nights ago. Not sure how well they did tonight, but we're racing tonight. What do you think, if you were running here at the Rock, what do you think is one of the biggest issues that are going to be facing drivers here tonight?
Look, it's still a short track. It's still a short track. You got to drive it like one. It's not a matter of if the leaders catch the lap cards. It's a matter of when the leaders catch the lap card. And patience. You're going to be setting up moves laps in advance before you even get to the lap that you make that move. But patience is going to be the key.
Yeah, definitely going to be the key here. And looking at the qualifying times, the top two are separated by hundredths of a second. So, and then everybody else is kind of within a tenth or two. So not too bad there on that top half. A couple drivers did not qualify, Robert Roth and Christopher Roth, as they were probably serving penalties from last week. But as they get set here, get ready to get down to the grid.
Yeah, Mike, 25 cars strong here tonight for the 213Simwear race here tonight. The MLB paints, I got to tell you, I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of them out there painted up as their favorite drivers. And this league is good at doing theme nights also here, in this league. And that's what I like about these guys. This is a very clean league that prides itself on safety. As they're looking up and down the lineup here, a lot of familiar names here. And
John Osborne and Dwayne Furtick haven't made it to the grid yet, but over the rundown right now, it's 213 laps. There's no stages here. Fuel window 70 to 75, no fast repair. So look for these drivers to try and make it as far as they can on that one stop. Everybody's probably going to try and come down probably sooner for tires than for fuel, as tires are going to be a little handy here. Looks like we're just about ready to roll, so let's go ahead and bring up the starting grid. We got John Osborne and Christopher Howell up there on row 1. Row 2, Tyler Burden with Adam Boughton back there. Michael Carter and Dwayne Furtick in row 3. Row 4 is Evan Marlowe and Doug Denise. Aaron Miller and Randy Meeks going to make up row 5. Row 6, Brian King and Tristan Bailey. Stop doing that. But we are set to go as these guys get ready to take off. That pace car is going to make that left-hand turn down pit lane. Osborne with the lead here as they head through the restart zone. Flagman ready, and we are green. Christopher Howe spins the tires. Adam Boughton takes advantage, and he is going to move to that outside line. Christopher Howe bleeding positions there on the initial restart.
Yeah, definitely. As they come down that first straightaway, the first lap, here we go. John Osborne and Tyler Burton going after it here. And Mike, you know, you're going to have later on in the run, you're going to be able to hustle the car around the outside, find that oh so important grip here. Like I said, patience, patience, patience all night long.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be patience there, as it looked like Christopher Howell just kind of got a little too anxious there on the pedal, kind of spun those tires out as he is settled back into 8th position. Everybody else kind of single filed out. Looks like towards the back we might have Ethan Brooks lost a couple spots on that initial restart. Like Ryan McCall has a Orioles paint scheme there on that number 90 machine.
I do love the Orioles here, but Michael Carter right now setting the fastest lap of the race with a 23.11.
Yeah, battling back and forth just a little bit. Tyler Burton going to go down to the inside, try and make this pass on John Osborne. Osborne having a little connection issue as he starts to blink into that outside wall.
Yeah, I think these guys are, I would figure these guys are doing major league teams, minor league teams, with it being, you know, MLB night. But hey, nonetheless, we're on board with Tyler Burton out of the Eons Motorsports team.
Rowdy Travis on the hood.
Okay.
Humanities 101 on the back glass as he's taking the lead. Boughton down to the inside, going to get by Osborne. Osborne having a little issue there. Not quite able to make that pass or maintain that position as that pass gets made.
Yeah, Adam Boughton there. And it looks like he's driving a paint scheme dubbed after the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, the Red Sox out there represented on a couple drivers. Evan Marlowe is going to try and take advantage here of Osborne's issues, but not quite. And hey, I do believe, we do. We have a red bird there.
I'll take it. The bird's on the bat, eh? Nothing.
Yeah. Christopher Howell back up inside the top 5 after falling back on the initial start.
It's quite fitting that Christopher Howell kind of at the head of Evan Marlowe. You know, the two iconic St. Louis names right there, with the Busch, Anheuser-Busch being there, St. Louis, and the Cardinals being represented. So I kind of like that. That's kind of fitting.
Definitely is. Looks like Michael Carter has the baseball theme going strong on his as well.
Ooh, got the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah, it's Dwayne Furtick trying to get by in that Dell machine.
Well, hopefully Christian Bailey can take the Braves to another win here, as 1995, was a great year for those guys with Chipper Jones and all them guys going on to the World Series and beating the Yankees. And well, Christian Bailey up 5 spots from where he started.
Let's check in. Looks like We got a fan in the chat. See if we can find Brian King here. Brian King in that 31 Chevy.
Apparently he's going to go win this for the Texas Roadhouse. Okay.
Oh, there's some
Hey, look,
there's a Cubbies up in front of him too.
Okay. we got to get past this car. Aaron Miller, come on, we do better. Do better. That's all good. Could have went White Sox.
Could have, but
Well, let's hope that Aaron Miller can get up there with Evan Marlin. See a good, Cubs Cardinals classic.
who else we got?
Got a driver.
Jonathan Dominics.
E. Marlowe with the championship mindset on display. I don't know if it's going to happen for the Cards this year, but
They got a lot of young talent.
They do.
Or
they do.
first-year talent. I don't know about young. Most of their minors that are coming up are kind of old for minor leaguers. I mean, they do have JJ though. So.
They have JJ Wetherholt. We got Tyler Burden leading this race with Adam Boughton leading the, bringing up second position as we're watching Randy Meeks and that number 20 car. There's Adam Boughton and Tyler Burden. It's almost a 1 second lead. That's what the eyeball test is showing us here as they come out of turn number 4 into this trial. Now, with this being 213 laps, well, they're gonna start thinking about pit stops. Here barely not 18 laps in. But I would have stayed around that 60, 70 laps mark.
And you see the drivers all starting to kind of move up about a half lane or thereabouts. It's like Christopher Roth is about to be put a lap down here as Tyler Burden is closing in. Has to catch him at just the right time down on the inside. Going to get by relatively unscathed here.
It looks like Christopher Ross had himself an incident back on lap number 15.
Looks like Osborne's kind of got it figured back out as he is moving back up inside the top three. Christopher Howe still stuck back there in P4. Evan Marlowe up to P5 with Tristan Bailey closing in. Tristan Bailey did not have a good qualifying lap. He is already up 6 spots. And that Braves machine is just chopping them down one by one.
I like what you did there. Meanwhile, here comes the Wade Furnick trying to put it to the number 9 car. Tristan Bailey's got to do something to keep that 51 car at bay. And here comes the number 51 car to Wade Furnick as he is looking low, staying right back there behind. Under fire is Tristan Bailey, and that's going to allow the number 18 car of Michael Carter to catch up.
Now Michael Carter slowly reeling them in here. See if we can see what's on. Oh, the White Sox.
So okay. So the north side and south side of Chicago is squared away.
Hey, I'm just glad we don't see any of the blue team out there.
Okay. You mean Dodgers?
Oh yes, that would be the one I don't like. Stack your team to win World Series. It's all right.
I mean, the Yankees did it all through the 90s. What's wrong with it?
I know. I know they did. Trust me. I'm a Red Sox fan.
They bought a lot of World Series. Either way.
See what else is going on here. See who's close. Closest one looks like it's going to be Chris Evans here, trying to close into the back of Jonathan Dominics. That Zero machine trying to make a run here. He's had some speed here and there throughout the season, just not quite enough to run up front fairly often. He winds up getting caught up a little bit in some other people's messes as well. So
it's conducive to the numbers.
Just because he's running your number.
Mew. Oh goodness. Lap 28 of 213 of the scheduled run here. Pete Walsh at number 74 car, a neighbor from the north, is slowly reeling in at 90 car Ryan McCall.
Real Park at Camden Yards. Tyler Burton. What happened to Tyler Burton? Looks like he blinked out.
Oh no, just for a minute though.
He is still gone.
Oh no.
That is not happy. I know how he feels though. Last week I was dealing with the same issue. I don't understand. Hadn't had problems all season. Oh, he's back on the track.
Those connection issues can really play havoc on you and the other drivers. But Adam Boughton right there to put him on lap down.
Yeah, so what happened there was iRacing blinked out right when Tyler Burton was crossing the start-finish line. Didn't count that lap. He came back in screen, and then it scored him. So it basically, he was kind of running a lap without it being counted.
Okay. It looks like Tyler Burton will be playing catch-up all night, as that's a bad way to get buried by the connection gremlins. There's the number 9 car of Tristan Bailey right there in that third position, about 2.5 seconds back from your leader, Adam Boughton. Now, Mike, Adam Boughton is, to me, has been the class of the field here tonight, as he got the 94 car on rails essentially, and he's about a lane and a half. He's almost diamonding the corners, making a second 8-back.
Now he drives it in, stays kind of low. Well, this one here stayed pretty low the whole time. Let's see if he does something a little different here on 1 and 2. No, it stays down there. Might have just been a couple of laps there where he ran it a little high.
Sure.
So Osborne, Bailey, Furtick, and Howell are the top 5. Like Brian King starting to make a pass here on that Cubs machine of Aaron Miller. Just can't quite get it done. Running a little different line. Gets sucked up right to his rear bumper. We'll see if he can have a drive off as he goes to cross him over down on the inside. Brian King trying to get by Looks like he should be able to. He will have the momentum once they come out of the corner. And he makes that pass. We'll see if Aaron Miller's going to try and cross him over. He does just that, goes down to the inside. Not enough speed there. Brian King drives away.
Yeah, the mid-pack where the Cubs should be, and that number 10 car running 11th, just outside the top 10 as Brian King went by him. Doing it for the Texas Roadhouse tonight.
Evan Marlowe always has fans in that YouTube chat.
You gotta wonder if Evan Marlowe in that 21 car is playing the long game, when it comes to this race and in points.
Looks like we're at about 1 second fall off from their best time to what lap time they're running now. A 23:13 to a 24:39 for the 94 of Adam Boughton.
Yeah, I mean this is why this league sets themselves from the rest of these guys. We have now ran 42 of the cleanest laps you'll find on iRacing anywhere. And Adam Boughton is about a half second in front of Sean Osborne and that number 11 car. We're watching the number 21 car. And so you look at our fastest 5. Christian Bailey was first on that list. Tyler Burton jumps up to second with a 23.99, and John Osborne with a 23.99 also. Now Adam Boughton with a 24 flat, and Dwayne Furtick also with a 24 flat. So actually, if you think about it, Tristan Bailey is actually running faster lap times than your leader is.
Yeah, not by much, but he definitely is. Kind of a bad timing there. Looks like Ethan Brooks. I think Ethan Brooks had an issue bouncing off the wall there in that Red Bull 23 Chevy. Not quite the day he wanted.
Well, it doesn't have its wings, so.
He did not give it wings, no.
Evan Marlowe's fans showing up here and showing out in YouTube.com live chat. We'll do our best to get that car in the air. If there's anybody that you want to that you're rooting on here in the YouTube.com live chat, let us know. We'll get them on the air. Give us some screen time.
Michael Carter having a connection issue there.
Very unfortunate for Michael Carter there in that number 18 car, as he is. Well, here we go. We got a Chicago versus St. Louis battle going on, starting to heat up. Michael Carter in the White Sox themed car against Evan Marlowe in that St. Louis Cardinals themed car. I think Evan did that just for us, Mike. Put the birds on the bat.
Now we'll see what happens here once they get rolling through. That is, I was going to say that is the closest battle, but it's not anymore as they're 3 wide back here in the back.
I don't think that 23 car looks very happy right now.
It is not. 3 wide and having a lap down car next to you. Probably not somewhere Denise and Evans wanted to be, as Denise slides up the track a little bit. Evans going to take that bottom lane, going to try and drive through. Looks like he will do just that. Oh, Denise has the cards too.
Oh, okay.
The Lou.
Oh, okay. Yes. See, we missed it. I'm glad we looked.
Ryan McCall
Oh,
getting by.
what a close moment.
I was like getting by Kane Lee. There goes Ryan McCall.
And
Ethan
23 car
Brooks.
gonna get back. Oh, that 23 car is not having a whole lot of fun out there right now. He's riding it out till he gets to the pit stop, but when's it gonna come? We don't know.
Cleveland Guardians. No. Should still be the Indians, by the way.
No, you're not wrong. I thought they had to change it back to the Indians.
Not yet.
Oh.
Aaron Miller down 5 spots now. Flutie and Kane Lee kind of doing a little bit of battle. Ryan McCall going to the inside of the nice there. Going to take away P11, trying to get up inside that top 10. Not quite able to do it yet.
Is it any shock that we've ran 54 green flag laps right here? And Rockingham, nonetheless.
Not at all. Did you watch the Xfinity race today?
No, I did not. I was actually outdoor dashing.
Ah. Well, everybody who doesn't want Cletus to run in the Xfinity car got a more ammo for that fire there.
Oh. Okay. Go on.
So, what is it, Lee Pullman? Driving the number 9 for Junior Motorsports. Missed a shift and turned the front stretch into a parking lot today. And he's got lots of late model experience and stuff like that, so.
Yeah, I don't know, like, give the guy a shot. He could be better than you think. I mean, he's taking it seriously. You know, Cletus has shown that, you know, he's like, hey, look, I'm going to do this test. I don't want a lot of people there. I don't want to publicize it when it is.
Yeah.
But, you know, he soaks up the information that's given to him. He's humble. And, like, he just wants to get back to the sport in some way. And, I mean, look, he's very serious about what he does.
Yeah, he's out having fun, but he's also like, yeah, I know it's, you know, I don't want to mess anybody else's day up or anything like that. Hey, Denise coming in, Kent Mueller in for pit stops. A couple people are proud of the 21 Chevy of Evan Marlowe in the YouTube chat.
I mean, I'm proud of it. I'm from the Lou, and I'm proud. Here comes Tristan Bailey in that number 9 car. He's up to 3rd. Well, he's been up to 3rd for a long time.
I would say he's been up to 3rd. Osborne has reeled in Boughton here as he is trying to make the pass now, trying to set it up. He does see that there is the car in front of them. Like that's probably going to be the 24 of Alan Holtzman.
I was going to say, Adam Bell's going to have a decision to make. Ooh.
He made his decision and turned right into the wall. But with that all happening, Tristan
no,
Bailey!
We got trouble. Oh no!
Tristan Bailey gets loose.
Yellow. Folks, just like that, we have our first caution.
Man.
It looks like there's too much damage on that 9 car.
I don't think either one of them really got too much damage. That was some hard racing though.
I don't think
Oh, Osborne
ran
kind of
out
bounced
room.
off the wall. Bailey kind of went down a little bit and then tried to get back on his line.
I think you're right. It looks like the 9 car just ran out of room, or Osborne just hit the wall, and then the 9 of Bailey just wasn't expecting him to be there.
He clips the wall
There
a
it
little
is.
bit. Bailey kind of gets off of him, and then it's just like the wheel just goes right back to it.
And here's the thing, Mike. If these next-gen cars, is you can't just steer it away from the wreck. Once you get contact, you're along for the ride essentially. But nonetheless, also pit stops are commencing. And just,
Take another look. Same thing.
okay. I don't think they got any damage. I think they got really lucky on that.
Yeah, they both didn't hit the wall or anything.
It took 62 laps to get our first caution.
A little bouncing back and forth after or on pit exit there. Get Mueller gonna stay out, take the wave around, I do believe. And looks like Doug Denise also gonna take the wave around. Came in and pitted a little bit early. Osborne still in his pit box.
Dude, that's not a good sign.
Everybody's going to have to adjust their strategy here after being on those slick tires. Everybody has new tires, so watch for wheels spin. We saw it happen on the first lap or first restart when Christopher Howell spun those tires, lost a few positions. Pace car's going to make that left-hand turn. Boughton with the button down and away as soon as he can, and he is out to almost 0.3 of a second lead already. Side by side for second is Michael Carter and Howell. Carter on the inside, going to get by here. Howell going to try and duck in behind him, maybe cross him over. Does not, stays behind him, back behind those guys. They are 3 wide almost.
And they're still 3 wide as we got Jonathan Dominic looking for that 2-for-1 special. And that 45 car. And, well, they're getting after it. They're playing offense. While Adam Boughton is driving away here with a 0.3 of a second lead. They're still thinking about 3 wide.
They're definitely getting that run off. Anthony Ludi up on the high side. Dominic's going to take that bottom lane, going to try and go by not quite able to. Still side by side in front of them. There's Kane Lee and Ryan McCall. And you have Tyler Burton in the 06 getting by Pete Walsh, trying to close in on the 10 Cubs machine of Aaron Miller. Dominic McCall back to being side by side.
Goodyear to Goodyear coming out of turn number 2. And down the back straightaway, they're going to fall back in line.
Now Dominic's able to pull clear of McCall. Evan Marlowe up inside that top 5. Running P4 at the moment, has Christopher Howell just in front of him. Michael Carter, Adam Boughton up there as well.
So everybody come down pit road during that last caution. So now it's an even playing field all over again. As Evan Marlowe is up 3 spots now, knocking on the, well, if the race at the end would be the podium.
Yeah, trying to get up there, trying to get in position. Osborne still on pit lane, 3 minutes. Looked like he had too much damage there, so we'll have to wait and see what's going on with that. 20 Chevy Red Sox machine of Randy Meeks trying to stay inside that top 5. Not going to do it as he is down a couple spots to P7 since that restart. Tristan Bailey back on track, running P14 after taking a little spin down the backstretch there. Down to the inside of Pete Walsh. Up front, we have a battle for second. Christopher Howell going to the inside of Michael Carter. Michael Carter going to try and battle back on the bottom. Follows behind him, but Howell has a little better drive off and is out to 0.2 of a second.
Update on the 11 car with John Osborne, the left broke when him and Bailey made contact. So he'll be back out in about 2 minutes. He is very frustrated getting ready to go on a recovery run.
Everybody's kind of single filed out for the moment. Tristan Bailey trying to go to the inside of Brian King. Lost a little bit of momentum there, got back out, and now he is going to drive down and drive through here. Slides up the racetrack just a little bit, forces King to go a little higher than he wanted to.
It definitely is. Brian King goes to 13th, down 2 spots in the wrong direction. Tristan Bailey back, essentially playing offense right now. Their earlier contact with John Osborne, and John Osborne had a lot more damage than we thought. He has a broken left right. He'll be back out here and getting that damage fixed up, and well, gonna try to salvage some points here. It's John Osborne on the losing end of that stick, and here comes the 9 car though. Engine number 9, getting ready to put the move to Adam Anthony Ludy.
Yeah.
Side by side there.
Side by side just in front of them, Tyler Burton and Ryan McCall.
Caution out. Ethan Brooks is showing crash on live timing.
Do. Ooh. Fisher Ross sneaking by. Osborne back on track. Just barely missed that as well. But Tyler Burton now inside the top 10 after having that connection issue that nearly put him a lap down. And everybody coming in for those fresh tires.
And even out the playing field once again, they're lap 81. They just came down pit road.
Now Osborne will probably stay out and take the wave around, get his one of his laps back. Osborne has had a string of bad luck. Probably looking forward to the Easter break that's coming this next weekend. Last week, one of his neighbors decided they couldn't drive or something to that effect, I believe is what he said. And he lost power after he was already in the race session. He got in with, I think he got in with about 20 laps to go and ran 20 laps and moved up a couple positions. So all in all, not a bad day.
No, absolutely not. Well, second caution comes out at lap number 80 as this one was from Ethan Brooks doing the spin out and tagging the wall. Alan Holtzman finds himself up there in the lead with Kane Lee right there in that number 91 car.
Yeah, Alan Holtzman, it's showing that it came down on lap 63, and it looks like it was probably for fuel only, as he was only in his pit box for 6.6 seconds. So.
Maybe he knows something we don't know. This could be bad.
We'll see how fast Boughton makes his way around the 24. Pace car is in. Holtzman with the button. Down and away. Gets going, stays right down on the bottom lane. He gets a pretty good run off. But he definitely went up the track, and so did Heaven. We're still green? Holy crap.
We're still green.
Right, after this settles down, we're going to have to go back and look at that because, wow.
What a moment.
Up side by side. Teammates battling here. Kane Lee getting the better of Boughton as he has to let out of the throttle. Otherwise, I have a feeling they were both going around. Christopher Howell takes advantage up to P2.
Christopher Howell, right where he started at in that number 1 car. But how about Caden Lee and that Revolution Motorsports number 91, up 18 spots right now, our biggest mover of the race. And we thought, he came in only 6.6 seconds was his lap time at fuel only. His last pit was a lap 63. He's on old tires, and he is essentially, a half second ahead of Christopher Howell in that number 9 and that number 1 car. We got some battles going on here. It's going to be the Red Sox versus the Cubs, the two oldest teams in baseball, getting ready to duke it out for what's going to be that 13th position. It's going to be Meeks and Miller.
Got Chris Evans and Dominic's battling a little bit here. But while we have while we have a minute, we have got to go see what happened to Evan Marlowe on that restart, because that was crazy. Let's take a look here. Setting up for the restart. Is so slow at pace speed. He gets going there. Oh, turns down right into the zero. Bounces off the wall, but keeps going straight. So no caution there. Tyler Burton also kind of in it a little bit. I bet he just didn't realize there was, he was almost 3 wide there on that top lane.
No, it looks like he ran out of room. As Chris Howell has now caught Kane Lee, and it is getting ready to get good, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to need to hold seat, even though we told you to edge. You're only going to need the edge, even though we told you to hold seat. I would have got it eventually.
Kane Lee trying to close the door here on Howell. Howell goes inside, outside, trying every which way to get by. Now he's sticking his nose down towards the inside. Kane Lee gets loose in front of him, bounces off the wall. Howell has to make an adjustment, goes down to the inside. Lee tries to battle back on that outside lane, has to get that 91 machine back under control, and he will do just that. But now Christopher Howell has driven away by almost 0.3 of a second.
Caution's out.
Tristan Bailey?
Oh, a whole host. Oh, the Cubs got it too. Oh.
Looks like Bailey, Miller, Ludi, and Robert Roth all involved. Oh, Bailey touches the wall. All good so far. Dominic's up in the high side. McCall. Oh! Dominic's bounced off the wall, and Bailey just had nowhere to go. Take another look here. Everything looks all right for the most part here, and then coming on corner exit, Dominic gets into the wall, bounces off it. Tristan Bailey hits him. And you got Miller getting in it. Miller held his brakes, still sliding up the track. Made contact with Roth there. Like Marlowe came in, got some repair work done. Out of his pit box, back on track, gonna restart P14 at the moment. We got Hal on the bottom side this time. Adam Boughton up there on the top side. Almost to that century mark.
Almost, not quite yet. We are a couple laps away from it.
Pace car is off. Hal with the button down and away gets a huge jump. Almost a half-second lead on the drivers in second, with Michael Carter and Adam Boughton getting caught sleeping a little bit on that restart.
Yeah, it's lap number 98, and we are doubled up 2 by 2. Adam Boughton, though, up there, and well, he's back in third position right now, as unfortunately the Kane Lee is not in the lead now.
Kane Lee is not. Alan Holtzman trying to battle back and stay inside that top 10 as Tyler Burden to his outside.
It looks like Aaron Miller in that number 10 car is mired back there in that 16th position.
Evan Marlowe's going to try and make a move on Kane Lee. Just not quite there at the moment.
And there's Adam Boughton there in that number 94 car. Slowly catching Michael Carter in that number 18 car, just ahead of him. And Christopher Howell, your outside pole sitter, up 1 spot.
It's starting to get tight back here. Just outside the top 3 is Ryan McCall, Chris Evans, and Tyler Burden are all within 0.2 of a second here.
Like this is action at number 90 is Ryan McCall up there, and Chris Evans wants it while Ryan McCall has it. And here comes Tyler Burden on to recovery. He's recovered himself all the way up to the 6th.
Trying to drive down to the inside of Evans. Evans keeps sliding up the track a little bit on the corner, and Burden elected to go down to the inside to avoid that. He gets down there, starts to drive away, but Evans battling back on that high side. Burden trying to just put him away so he can get back to chasing down the leaders here.
Yeah, they're Goodyear to Goodyear right now, Mike, as they continue to battle down the back straightaway. It's almost like Burden knows he's got to let them tires go off, and it seems like that Chris Evans is at the advantage right now, with, making Tyler Burden run that car a lot harder than he wanted to.
Yeah, Tyler Burton came in on lap 95. I don't know if it was for fuel only or if he got some right sides on. He spent 10 seconds in his pit box, so he might have got a little bit
We got trouble! We got trouble!
to Holtzman. Alan Holtzman goes around.
Takes the other Red Sox car with him.
Take a look
Randy
here.
Meeks also involved.
Alan Holtzman, Randy Meeks. Holtzman trying to drive in, trying to turn down. Oh, Holtzman gets loose.
Oh no!
Ooh, Osborne gets through. Wow.
I mean, he's probably the only person right now that wants to see these cautions.
Yeah. Well, with that, we can get back to racing momentarily.
Since the lights are out on the iRacing.com base car.
There we go.
Want to thank some of the great marketing partners here. Humanities 101 Foundation for coming on board. The Black Bear Pizza Company for coming on board also. And the title sponsor of the ECR Cup Series, Boughton Enterprises LLC since 2025. We're back to Great Flag Racing, Mike, and Adam Boughton does what Adam Boughton does. He's got the low shot, and he's taking Doug D-Nice with him. And here comes Christopher Howell bringing up third position. He's side by side, Goodyear to Goodyear, with the 31 car, Brian King.
And Ryan McCall, Pete Walsh side by side as well back there in sixth. Tyler Burden trying to get back inside that top five, and he'll do just that. Move up to P4 as he gets by Brian King. Check in on the fan favorite Evan Marlowe's back in 14th spot after spinning there. Came down pit lane on lap 108 and is looking good to go here, trying to make up some positions. But up front, it's going to be a battle here from D-Nice and Boughton as they go side by side, bumper to nose.
Bumper to nose that 40 car as he's trying to run down the 94 car of Adam Boughton, Doug D-Nice. So trying to run down that 94 car, but here comes Christopher Howell. He's going to be looking to the inside. He's caught the number 40 of Doug D-Nice. The number 40 shuts the door, and here comes Tyler Burden. He's going to put his name in the hat.
Got all that battling side by side, back and forth, has now tightened up this top four group as Tyler Burden, one of the fastest drivers we've seen all night, he was up front until a connection issue caused him to miss it as Boughton goes up high. Christopher Howell goes down low, 3 wide, almost coming through the corner. Like Denise
And Chris
lost it
Fowles gonna
just.
have it. Are you
Wow.
kidding me? Look, that's what we call a 2-for-1 special in the dirt world, Mike.
Yeah, he held it right down on that bottom lane. Boughton and Denise went up high. Ryan McCall
We got
sends.
trouble. We stay green. We stay green.
Staying in the right direction still. Not sure who that was. They got sent down to the apron almost there. Didn't register as a crash either. It might have been
Ryan
Kane
McCall.
Lee.
Say Ryan McCall was on the losing end of that one.
Well, as we have gotten single filed out a little bit, we're going to step aside, pay some bills, go side by side. You won't miss anything. We'll be right back after this here on Sim Racing Media.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the 213Simwear 213 at Rockingham. Didn't miss anything while we were away. Side-by-side action here continues as we got Evan Marlowe. Looks like Tristan Bailey is back on track running P16 right now, trying to make up some spots after getting involved in that caution a couple laps ago. Tyler Burton, though, heck of a recovery drive from that 06 machine as he is now up into P2.
There's Tyler Burton at 06 car. And right now, Austin Howell has driven out to a 1.19 second lead over the 06 car of Tyler Burton and Adam Boughton, who's roughly about 5 seconds back.
Well, we kind of noticed in qualifying that there was a couple drivers that were at least a tenth ahead of everybody else driving here. And right now it is the two drivers that are out front, Howell and Burton. Everybody does, I was going to say everybody does have to make one more pit stop. So yeah, Ryan McCall came down on lap 116, so he'll still have to make one because it's just under 100 laps there for him. I think Alan Holtzman just came into pit as well.
Looks like the number 50 car, the other Red Sox car, that's Ryan Meeks. Randy Meeks. Sorry, I just offended any guy named Randy right now.
Randy Meeks going down a lap again as Tyler Burton also gets by. Howell does have several lap cars up in front of him. Got the fifth throwback there.
Okay. That's Douglas King. Lap 136 of 213. We're well past the century mark in this one. We're going 2 centuries here. Here's a little race recap. Lap 137 to 216 or 213. Your leader right now is Christopher Howell. 4 cautions, 13 laps, and 4 lead changes. Here tonight is your lap leaders. Adam Boughton has led 59 of the laps here. Currently running 5th. Christopher Howell has led 38 laps. He's currently the leading piece. But Tyler Burton has led 25. Currently running in 2nd. Kane Lee has led 10 and Rifle Close in 10. John Osborne has led 4. He's in 23rd. And Alan Holtzman has led 2 as he rides back there in that 25th position.
Fastest guys on the track right now of the 5-lap average is going to be Tyler Burton with the 23.85 running in position 2. Robert Roth up there with the 23.87 that time by. Chris Evans, Christopher Howell, and Anthony Ludi route out the top 5, the fastest 5 right at the moment here.
Like we got a battle back behind this battle starting to heat up.
Yeah, Christopher Howell is closing in. He is about 10 seconds though before he's going to come up on another car to put a lap down as he just went by Tristan Bailey. Tristan Bailey not having the day he wants after running up towards the front most of the day.
And so far we got the remaining clean and green. We have all single filed out once again.
Yeah, there was two incidents that I would have thought would have brought out the caution that did not. We stayed green. Lost quite a bit of track position for a couple of the drivers. Evan Marlowe got loose, kind of came down in front of a car, but kept going the right direction, so they didn't throw the caution there. And then Ryan McCall got bounced around a little bit, bounced off the inside wall, stayed going in the right direction as well, made it back to pit lane, so the caution did not come out there as well. Looks like Chris Evans working to the inside of Christopher Roth, trying to get by, and Randy Meeks back there as well.
Yeah, 143 laps complete of 213. We're on the back half of this race, and so far only 15 drivers on the lead lap.
As you see, Tristan Bailey giving plenty of room to the zero there to go by. Look off the nose here of that one Chevy. All that clean track up in front of him. Doesn't really have another car till halfway through turn one now. Pretty kind of spread out at the moment. And trying to get by Brian King. Do that. Gonna let him have the spot, slide back in. For Roth kind of in the middle there. Not sure where he's going to wind up going here as he slides up to the outside wall right in front of Boughton and Furtick. Evasive action for both of those drivers as they were trying to get by. Furtick got stuck behind Roth. Brian King, Michael Carter were doing battle side by side for a little bit. Back in line they go. King got a massive run there on Roth, able to pass him in a hurry.
Yeah, Brian King making connection issue out of Michael Carter. Brian King, I feel like kind of holding up Michael Carter, not intentionally though.
Nope, running his line, staying right there. Carter slides up the track just a little bit, gets behind King. Furtick closing in on Boughton. Yeah, Boughton trying to maintain his position. He is on the oldest tires on track. Last came down on lap 80. He is one of the only drivers that are off strategy from everybody else. I'd imagine we're going to see that. Well, now we're going to definitely see that 94 come in as the caution came out. believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's going to give the lucky dog to Evan Marlowe, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look here. See what happened here with Brian King. Oh, Randy Meeks. Oh my gosh. Ooh.
They didn't hit nothing. I stand corrected. They did hit something.
Wow. Climbing up the track. Brian King just had a huge run, and yeah. It's almost like everybody forgot how to use brakes too.
Yeah. Well, we're under caution again.
For the
For
fifth time tonight. Everybody
Not as
should.
bad as other.
I was like, everybody should be able to make it to the end from here. So, Al makes it off. Evans. Oh, looks like that was close there. Queen, nice, and Boughton. Miller and Kent Mueller taking the wave around. It's stacked back up. Should be flying through here momentarily as I get lined back up, ready to roll. New driver on the front row. It's going to be Christopher Howell and Chris Evans.
A lot of Evan Marlowe fans up in the YouTube.com live chat. So we are working live 158. We're going back to Green Flag Racing here. Christopher Howell, Chris Evans, and Adam Boughton.
The
Pick up your
nice,
top three, and we're 3 wide.
the nice spun the tires like crazy there. Lost all that track position he had gained. He is now back to 8th, hoping to get it under control here. And another time that happens, and Boughton takes advantage up to P2. Chris Evans back to 3rd. But Dwayne Furtick, yes, squeezing by Pete Walsh. Evan Marlowe cracks the top 10 on that recovery drive. Tyler Burton also making his way back after spending an extended amount of time in his box for 52 seconds tonight as he was trying to get that 06 machine repaired, trying to get it moving in the right direction now. Jonathan Dominic's in the pit box. Anthony Ludi, Brian King, Douglas King, and Alan Holtzman all in their pit box still. Chris Evans trying to hang on to that top 3. Pete Walsh is having a good run here with that 74 machine up inside that top 5.
They can lead up 13 spots right now in that Revolution Motorsports car. He's having a good run too. Adam Boughton, though, up 2 spots. Christopher Howell up 1. Starting an outside pull. Adam Boughton still trying to run down that number 90, or the number 1 car. Wow.
Yeah, the number 1 car.
What about Chris Evans, though? Out of Ace Racing. Here he is getting ready to put Adam Boughton under fire for what would be the third position here.
He's trying to close in. He's been running fairly well all night. It looks like Kane Lee kind of bounced off that outside wall. He's driving down to the inside, going to slide up a little bit, try and open the door. Does Michael Carter, but Lee shuts it for the moment. Tyler Burton trying to close in now.
He's going to try to make a move on that 18 car. Michael Carter. Here we go. It's Goodyear to Goodyear coming off of turn number 3 and 4. Up from it there, Tyler Burton is going to try to throw a simple instruction.
Like the 16 of Douglas King back out on track. Denise trying to recover after spinning his tires there. Nice and easy, closing in. Don Osborne involved in that one of the first cautions tonight. Had to come down pit lane and spend an extended amount of time in his pit box. I believe it was almost 5 minutes, so he is several laps down, but he is still moving up the leaderboard. Right now he is running P20, so a top 20 after that horrific damage done to that number 11 Chevy. Gets a little loose there. Chris Evans slides up, takes P2. What else we got? Some action here. Oh, Tyler Burton gets a little loose. Wheel jerk there a little bit in that 06 machine. Got it under control. Didn't touch anybody, as it looked like Kane Lee could have been the one to sit. He would have got sent around. Closing back in. Kane Lee goes up top. Burton drives it in. Gonna clear on exit as they head down the backstretch. Denise also gets by the 10 machine. Evan Marlowe's gonna have to catch him, but he is 6 seconds behind Doug Denise there. Kent Mueller, the next closest competition behind him, is 5 seconds back, so Evan Marlowe stays consistent. Could be bringing home a top 10 finish after spinning nearly sideways. without the caution coming out. Christopher Howell out for a Saturday night drive here. Out to almost a 2-second lead is that number 1. Busch Light Chevy.
It's not really any surprise that we've seen him out there running the Sprudy. Mike, I want to say he's almost like slowed the pace of the race down a little bit.
What's funny is he came down on lap 155. His last lap was 23:69. So, I mean, 20 laps, he's still running about the same pace he was earlier. And it hasn't really had that fall off. Whereas you go back and you look at, like, Kristen Bailey came in on lap 154, and he's running a 24:22, so almost a second off of his best time.
He definitely would say the tire fall off is now prevalent. Because we're working lap 178, about to be 179. And, you know, this we never saw this being a race as comers and goers.
Yeah, I didn't think so, but here we are. And to see what action we have on track. Like, we got Gary Nash and Christopher Roth battling for position on track. Christopher Roth in 13th, Gary Nash in 14th in that 88 machine. Both bounce off the wall and mirror images there. Nobody really closing in on anybody else at the moment. Back up towards the front. Wayne Furtick trying to close in. Tyler Burton also trying to close in. Furtick might get there. Runs a little bit lane higher than Boughton. Like, he's not happy with lap cars.
No, absolutely not. As we were working lap 180 through 213 here from Rockingham. And that is the Cubs car that we saw earlier in the race.
Still hanging on there. Chris Evans trying to close in, but still got almost 2 seconds gap. Michael Carter trying to close in here now to the inside of Kane Lee. Not quite able to get there. Drives in pretty deep in the corner, doesn't have that drive off.
They just can't finish the corner off, but nonetheless, Michael Carter, you know, almost on the back bumper of Kane Lee there, and that number 91 car.
Brian King getting a little close there to Denise.
They didn't make contact though.
Nope.
want to give a shout out to Evan Marlowe, who, you know, just battled back in a number 21 car. You know, had some incidents here in the race, and there he is, getting it all fixed up, and you know, he's got Christian Bailey, no slouch in these NASCAR NextGen cars up ahead of him. "25 circuits left to go. It's been all Christopher Howell all day long. Johnson Dominic." As we are 24 laps to go here, and 24 laps away from an off week. I believe it's for the Easter holiday.
Yep, Easter holiday. These guys will be off track for a little bit.
"23 circuits left to go here from Rockingham, and Christopher Howell, our outside pollster, has driven himself out to a 2.1 second lead. It's 2.06 now. 23 laps to go, and I tell you what, this.
Everybody kind of driving out a little ways here. Looks like Dwayne Furtick kind of overdriven that 51 for a little bit there as Tyler Burton was able to get by. Tyler Burton in fourth place, trying to close in on the back of that 94 Toyota with Adam. And you got Chris Evans and Christopher Howell. You drivers hoping that a caution will come out, but Christopher Howell is not one of them.
Yeah, absolutely not. And 20 laps to go, just 20 circuits, a little over 20 miles left in this one here tonight. Oh, and that. Oh boy, look, don't look now, kids. There's the eyeball test. That's what a second and a half looks like. Does Chris Evans have enough time to catch up to that number 1 car? We're going to need a caution for that to happen.
Yeah, Chris Evans' lap times are almost identical to Howell, so the time is not going to be made up.
Not under green anyways, are you kidding me?
It looks like everybody else is about the same. Boughton and Burton also running almost identical lap times as they go by Randy Meeks. Randy Meeks kind of keeps it in the wall just a little bit here.
$17 laps to go. And it looks like Evans will close up the gap just a little bit, and then Christopher Howell will drive away almost.
Yeah, it's like one lap. Chris Evans puts down his fastest lap, and then the next lap, Howell goes, "Okay, you're starting to close in, so I'll put the throttle down a little bit more," and does just that, and starts to drive away again. It is out to almost a 2.5 second gap now from first to second. And
I think kind of like now.
I'm like, wow. 16 to go, 15 at the line.
Well, as they say, the Sandy Hourglass is almost empty for that number zero. Number 0. Laps to go.
This is the point of the race where NASCAR would usually throw that imaginary debris caution.
They haven't yet, have they?
This is the closest battle for position out on track. It is for a podium spot. Tyler Boughton is getting closer to Boughton here. Boughton trying to stay up there, stay on the podium. Tyler Boughton trying to recover. Kent Mueller in the lucky dog spot. And to go for Christopher Howell and a 2.5 second gap. He is coming up on some lap traffic, so we'll see how that's going to affect him. Chris Evans given plenty of room by Kent Mueller. Tyler Boughton door to door. Boughton side by side. Boughton trying to stay there. Boughton trying to get by. And Boughton gives the spot up. See if he's going to try and cross him over here. Dwayne Furtick able to get drawn back into this battle here with all of that going on. Side by side. Furtick. That was close between the 94 and the 51. Bouncing off the wall almost together there.
Yeah, definitely 8 laps to go. Dwayne Furtick, Adam Boughton duking it out here. And this is for position right now. This is for top 5.
Yeah, top 5
maybe
spot
even
here.
Top, yeah, maybe in the final podium spot. Seven laps to go. Boughton 5 seconds back from the leader, but you know they're Boughton and Furtick are closing in on that 06 car.
Yeah, they got it situated and started to close back in. I thought maybe lap traffic was going to slow Christopher Howell down. They all moved out of his way. He passed all 4 of the cars like they were standing still. And now that gap has grown to 2 3/4 of a second here. Inside 5 laps to go when we get to the line. And Christopher Howell is going to set sail once again.
Yeah, he's essentially put the afterburners on. 5 flanges in the air, 5 laps to go. Coming to get 4 to go this time by.
Now 4 to go for Christopher Howell. Trying to turn last week's top 3 into a winning position here in the 213Simwear 213 at the Rock.
Three to go.
One of the only flags that Howell is looking for is that white one. Then he knows he is just racing back to the start-finish line here.
He's got to come and get the 2 to go. Popsicle sticks in the air. White flag next time by. Christopher Howell has worked his way down the back straightaway. Turned through turns 3 and 4 to get the doctor's jacket off of turn number 4. White flag, 1 lap to go.
Yeah, white flag in the air. Christopher Howell going to work to the inside of King. Go on by. Clear sailing out in front of that number 1 Busch Light Chevy. Christopher Howell.
There's probably going to be some Busch Lights consumed, but Christopher Howell going to take the 213Simwear. 213 here at the Rock.
Tyler Burton in third. Chris Evans second. Furtick 4. Christopher Howell, Chris Evans, and Tyler Burton. Let's see if we can get our third place finisher up here in the booth. Alan, I believe you're with Tyler.
Tyler Burden, what a run you had, just come up 2 spots short. Tickets to that race, and what more you could have needed to get possibly that race win from Christopher Howell here tonight.
For Xfinity not to start doing their crap, that would have been number 1, because I was gone at the beginning of that race. Yeah, and it was a bunch of unfortunate events. Really wish there wasn't that many cautions that came out, because if it was going to go long, I think I was going to be the guy to beat. But I got to tell you, that was a hard-fought third. I was to the front, to the back, to the front, to the back, to the front, to the back. Felt like I was at a Metallica concert. Just forward, back, forward, back. Yeah. I was just fighting everything.
Yeah, definitely that 10G not on your side. Sounds like you had a Spectrum kind of night, but nonetheless, you find yourself on the podium. We go into an off week. Is the off week good for you guys to kind of hit that reset button and get ready for the next set of races that we got coming down the pipe?
I mean, yeah, it's good to get a little relaxed. I don't know about y'all. I'm gonna go hang out with my niece. I haven't got to see her for a little bit. She had a birthday last week. Can I help you, Kat? But I wasn't able to get down there and get her birthday present or any of that. So I'm gonna go spend time with family and have a good time off.
Well, look, man, before you get out of here, who do you want to thank, and who helped you get it done here on a 06 car?
I want to thank Christopher Travis for making this car at Rowdy Travis Designs. This is the Tin Caps. This is one of the local teams for here. I know it's not an MLB paint scheme, but hey, last season I ran a Savannah Bananas, so might as well fit the theme of I'm not gonna run an MLB paint. Humanities 101, big shout out to them for coming aboard and being a sponsor of the league and sponsoring the chase for this season. All the guys back at Eons, it was unfortunate for a lot of the other guys. They got damaged in some of them cautions, but you know, Stan, and York, uh, all the guys that work with us and everything. We got a pretty decent program going on, and we're looking for more.
Awesome job. Well, not to spoil this for you, but the Savannah Bananas are up 2-0 right now against the Indianapolis Clowns. Tyler, congratulations on third place. Go celebrate that with your team.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Down Chris Evans. Hey, Chris, Mike up in the booth, man. How's it going?
Good.
Well, that was a heck of a run there for that Zero machine. Kind of started just outside that, or just inside that top 10, battled all night, and wound up with a top 2 finish. How was it racing the rock out there tonight?
Honestly, it'll beat the crap out of you. Like, I'm pretty wore out, to be honest. A lot of bumps and really feel it, and it's really technical, especially both ends being totally different. You need toes.
Yeah, definitely. I believe it's the first time we've got to talk to you up here in the booth. How is your season going, and how's this going to set you up for after the bye week coming back at Iowa?
Yeah, it's been a rough start. I'm not gonna lie. But some good tracks coming up for me here in the next couple of weeks. So after the bye week, and then have some time off and practice a little bit, and then get right back to it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, before we get you out of here, who do you want to thank? Who helped you get it done there on that Zero machine?
Yeah, Major's Garage, Rogue Energy, Moser Racing. Who else am I missing? There's probably a couple other them I'm missing. AI Chief and Misfits Motorsports. Had a team change. Well, not really team change, but a rebrand a couple of races ago, and seems to be going good.
Definitely, man. Well, congrats on your P2 finish, and we'll see what you can do in a couple weeks at Iowa.
Thank you.
All right, Alan, I will let you talk to our race winner here.
Christopher Howell, the man of the hour, wins this one, driving away off into the sunset. Chris, tell us about your race and what did you feel out there?
Oh man, that first stint, that first 60 lapper I think we went on before the caution came, I pushed really hard, burnt my stuff up, just didn't have an idea of how to run it long term. I mean, I had flashes of speed, but I think I figured it out, and from there I was just smooth sailing, man. I was just trying to navigate traffic and hit my marks, stay cool and maintain a gap, and then I could just see that on the long run, no one could really hang with me once I figured it out. So all in all, it was a pretty good race. Probably a couple more cautions that we probably could have done without, but overall the lap cars were pretty good. Some were tough, but I think I had a little run in with Aaron, I believe, when he came out on fresh tires there with like, I don't know, 10 to go. But other than that, it was a pretty good race. I hope it was a good race for you guys broadcasting as well.
Yeah, most definitely a good race to broadcast. And last time you were in that car, get on the podium tonight. You're going to 2 spots better. But before we get you out of here, who do you want to thank and who helped you get it done on that Busch Light machine?
Oh man, well, let me crack this Busch Light open real quick.
I knew it.
No. I do want to thank my teammate, Chris Evans. He had some redemption tonight, man. He's had a terrible, rough season here in ECR, and to come home second place for him is a huge win for him. Also, Jonathan, I know he had a rough night as well, but appreciate him coming out and being a good teammate, and hope these guys stick around for the rest of the season. And then, of course, just want to thank the team. We kind of have a new alliance. New team will probably be Misfit Motorsports, but we'll change that later. And then we got some sponsors for the new team, which is Rogue Energy. Tier 1 setups, Moza, AI Chief. And then, of course, I want to just thank my family, thank my wife, my 2 kids for allowing me to do this, and, of course, the Lord and Savior, and you guys for broadcasting, of course, and all the admins over at ECR, man. This is a really tough group of guys to race with. They're really fast, really good, consistent drivers in this league, and to put myself in the history books with the win is a huge accomplishment, and I hope it doesn't go unnoticed. So we'll see what we can do for the rest of the year, and maybe we'll make a splash and make a good run for the championship at the end. But still got a lot of races left. So.
I mean, well, once again, go crack open a nice cold Busch Light and enjoy that victory here. As looks like the picker is dumping the virtual Busch Light on you.
Yeah, they took my car, man. Where'd my car go?
All right, you have a good night, sir.
Yeah, you too. Have a good one.
So with that, bring up the race results. Christopher Howell led the most laps. Surprise, surprise. With 114. Chris Evans in second. Tyler Burton third. A fastest lap was out of Boughton. John Osborne qualified on the pole before getting in that incident. Four green flag lead changes with 6 different leaders. Only 5 cautions for 16 laps here at the Rock. There's your top 10. Howell, Evans, Burton, Furtick, Boughton, Carter, Walsh, Kane Lee, Doug DeNice, and Evan Marlowe round out that top 10. Well, Alan, thanks for joining me in the booth this week. Take a week off and see what happens when we come back.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a lot of fun here tonight. What a race to come to hang out with you and spend a Saturday evening as we get geared up for the off week. Want to say happy Easter to everybody that we don't talk to before next weekend. And as always, Mike, it's been a pleasure doing our thing here in Sim Racing Media with you. It's been a while. It's been fun, but we got to land this plane.
Definitely, man. But from all the drivers of the Boughton Enterprises LLC ECR NextGen Cup Series and all of us here at Sim Racing Media, I want to wish you guys a good night. And we'll see you in 2 weeks at Iowa.